Hello, I'm Blue, and in today's video I'll be drawing Hazbin Hotel characters in my art style. I have never seen the show before, but I am a really big fan of the characters' designs, so I would still love to do fan art for it. Hazbin Hotel and Hello Boss just aren't really my type of show, so that's the reason I haven't watched it. But fret not, I won't be going into this blind. I had the help of two of my friends who are Hazbin Hotel nerds describe and introduce each of the characters to me in full, and they also explained to me what they liked about each of the characters and what they disliked about the characters in both the actual show and in my fan art pieces. So for this video, to keep everything in order, I used a software or app called Millernote. This video is actually sponsored by Millernote. Millernote is a neat software and app that's designed to help plan out creative projects with notes, mood boards, and timetables, with a user-friendly interface. I used Millernote in the past for other projects, but for today I used it to organize all the Hazbin Hotel characters, so their traits and plans for their designs. You can gather pictures and references and text from online and easily put them into a board by using the Millernote browser extension called Web Clipper. It's easy to use, so basically all you have to do is click this little save icon and then it'll save it to the board of your choice. There are templates to choose from if you want, or you can start from scratch. I really prefer the latter since I like arranging things that make sense to me. Okay, so the way I did my board is I have a checklist over here for all the characters that I want to do, and I marked them off as I did them. I have a board for the characters themselves with all the information on them, and then I have separate boards for each character and what I wanted to add to them. So their outfits, their information, where I used reference to add photos and notes to add like information about the characters so I can keep track of all that. You can invite clients, partners, and even friends to the boards to help organize and collaborate in real time. For example, I had the team over at Millernote look over my boards and help me organize them. Millernote is also available on mobile, so you can edit and carry notes with you everywhere you go. Millernote is free to use. I'll have the link in the description if you're interested, and thank you again to Millernote for sponsoring this video. And now let's get on to drawing. I won't be redesigning them, but I would be more translating them into my art style, as Vivzy and my art style are very different. Vivzy's art style and character designs are more made for cartoon and animation, while I focus more on character art and illustration, so the details they look really different from each other, so I wanted to give it a try. So I did make some changes here and there, but I just really wanted to add a bit more of my personality into the character designs. First character on our list is everyone's beloved Alistair. He's probably my favorite design out of the show. I love crazy and unhinged characters, and I just think he's a really pleasing character to look at. So both my friends are Alistair simps, so that's really good. They did inform me about a lot of this character. Oh my gosh, I feel like I know him as a personal friend at this point. So what I'm gonna really concentrate on with him is his past. So I know that he was shot in the head by a hunter. I know that he's mixed race and that he was a bit more on the commoner side in the 1920s. One of the things that I was asked to please change is this man's balding head in the back. So I'll be giving him a completely different hairstyle because I don't know what that is. I'm a big fan of his silhouette. I wanted to stay as close to the original as I could with my art style, so the pointy hair, the posture, and the pointy ears. The only thing I didn't like was this cape thing that he's got going on the back. I feel like a lot of the characters have capes, so I kind of just didn't want to draw another cape, so I got rid of it. So apparently he's supposed to be deer-like, but he doesn't read deer to me, so I gave him bigger deer horns, and of course I could not contain myself. I had to give him a deer tail, and I would have given him deer feet if I did full bodies. His clothing choices don't give off 1920s commoner vibe to me either, so I decided to kick his suit to the curb. I went for a plain outfit for the era, so I can kind of imagine like somebody that's like has like a 9-to-5 job in this time, and they kind of like smoke a cigarette. They're not too rich, not too poor, kind of like in the middle, like where I imagined he would be. I also added a hole in his head where he got shot and died. Although I do know that he does get a little X over his head when he goes into demon mode. So I know that that is in his design. I just wanted to add it into his more solid design, like that I'm drawing here. So for the colors, I wanted to go for a more gray, unsaturated color for the whole radio demon thing, which the radio gives me 90s black and white vibes. But I also know that the red is really important for his character design, so I don't want to get rid of it like completely. Also, just in general, I don't use a lot of saturated colors for my characters. So like for his hair, for example, I really like that there is like 2 different colors, but I decided to do a gradient instead of a solid like black line. Also, for a lot of the demon designs, I add a lot more gold elements, because to me, when I think of demons, I think of greed, and then I think of gold. Also in the Bible, Lucifer made his castle from gold because he wanted to like sit on a golden throne, so that's where the correlation comes from to me. So I had a lot of fun drawing him. I think he came out really well. I like his design, and I got approved by the 2 Alistair Sims. So yeah, let me know if you would have done something different, or you think I should maybe try something different. Yeah, I feel free to criticize it, I guess. So moving on, next we have Lucifer. From what I gathered, he is divorced and depressed, and he also really loves his daughter, as he should. He used to be an angel but defied God, so he's got the regular Lucifer story, so that's kind of what I'm going to lean into with this fan art. So for his original design in the show, it is okay. I didn't really understand it too much, but apparently people really liked it. His silhouette doesn't really give me King of Hell vibes. It's kind of giving me cartoony Willy Wonka, so maybe a bit goofy for a fallen angel. So I'm going to lean more into the serious, kind of scary vibes for Lucifer. One of the first things I decided to do was I was going to get rid of his hat, because no. So instead I gave him a halo crown. I do love the apple and snake inclusion on his hat design. That's such a smart idea for like Lucifer. So I added it onto his staff instead. I wanted to respect his original design, but I also wanted to give him some of my favorite demon features like horns and goat ears. And since Lucifer has a little flame in between his horns, I kind of wanted to add something like that. I do know when he goes into like demon mode, there is like a little flame between his horns, so I do know that, but I wanted to have that also just a bit more on the solid illustration side of it. I don't quite understand his facial markings, but I know they're very iconic for both him and Charlie. So I decided to take it as a bit more of an old makeup trend with like the pale face foundation, the blue eyeshadow and big red cheeks and longer eyelashes. So I gave him like longer eyelashes at the bottom. My sister told me to keep in mind that his hands are black and they're not gloves. So I made his whole body black and darker, so that's why his neck area is kind of dark. And like he had painted his face white with like a foundation. So instead of going for his white outfit, I decided to lean more into the black and red, since that's like seems to be a theme. I also think that the black clothes kind of contrast his face, especially if it's like a makeup. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking while I was doing this. I also added a gradient since I think I didn't want to do a solid black outfit. So the eye details I kind of added to reference but more of the biblically accurate angels. They kind of have eyes around them, but since he's a fallen angel, I didn't put it as uniformed as they normally are. I kind of put them like all over, like he's kind of lost, I guess, since that's kind of what like Lucifer is like known for, is like, you know, lost angel. And then Ari suggested that I break his halo to like kind of really enforce that he was an angel once, and I absolutely love that so much. So he's got like a shattered crown of a halo instead of like a complete crown, which, mwah, fantastic idea. Thank you. Overall, I had lots of fun with his design. I like the gold elements contrasting the black and the white. Yes, so if you have any suggestions of what you would like to have done or what you thought I should have done, feel free to let me know. So the next character design will be Charlie. So what I gather from Charlie is that she's really kind-hearted and a bit naive. She's the daughter of Lucifer, and her outfit choices is to look more formal since she's trying to run a hotel. I like her designs despite the lack of fun features. Compared to the other designs by Vivzy, I think Charlie is the plainest one, which is really surprising for a Vivzy design. It isn't bad or anything, especially for animation. I can imagine she's a lot easier to animate with like the simple design. But in my style, I wanted to give her character a little bit more. I wanted to give her outfit a bit more pizzazz, and since she's related to Lucifer, I took inspiration from his fan art from earlier. So the color palette and facial features, I also wanted to make sure that they look related. So whatever I used from him, I just basically took over to her. I gave her more goat-like features since like demons and goats, you know, they kind of like vibe. Like the horns and the ears and a tail, of course, because like I can't resist a good goat tail. And I also added her dad's snakes to like show like the Lucifer in her. And I don't know much about her mom. I have seen a design of her mom, but I don't really understand the design of her mom too much. I don't know who she is, so I didn't take much inspiration from her. I just left everything the same. So like the hair color and the hair design and all that stuff. So overall, I really do like the way she came out. Though I do think I made her look more like a pirate than a businesswoman, which, whoops, my bad. I would definitely go back and give her a bit more of a formal outfit, more in the Victorian area. But I guess this is gonna have to do for now. And then finally, just for fun, I have this guy. I only know of him because someone told me they simped for Adam in my Twitch chat. And when I looked him up, I was shocked. Like, excuse me? This is your man? Why does he look like this? What is going on with his design? I don't understand. It feels like they wanted to give him like a hunk of a chunk of a man, like face. But they gave him like the body of a twink. And it like, the contrast is so weird to me. I also didn't know he was human. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, so like I changed everything about this one because like I just wanted to give a bit more of like how I think Adam would look as like a character. So I know he's a bit more of a punk character, kind of like he does no wrong and he's kind of smelly and stinky. So I really lent into that Shane from Stardew Valley vibe. Like, so I gave him a bit more a dad bod, a bit more scruffier. I made him a bit more chunky because I feel like that would suit his character a lot more. I was very confused as to why the angels had demon horns. Huh? And then, well, someone explained to me that it was them mocking the demons when they go down and like mass murder and when they, you know, mass murder them. So I guess that makes sense. So I did want to keep that in respect to his actual design. Overall, I think this is just a bit more fun. I put his halo around his neck because he does feel like he's kind of like a rule breaker. He's like, yeah, I do what I want. Like, I wear this thing how I want to wear it, you know? Yeah, he was just for fun. So he's not too much of a serious design. Yeah, so these are the 4 characters that I wanted to draw from the show. I did have a lot of fun. I do know that some people don't like it when you redesign these characters, so I tried to stay as close to the original as I could. Hopefully that's fine with you. If not, you can just let me know. I mean, everybody is right to their opinions. Overall, I had fun, and thank you so much to everyone that was helpful in this video and was able to like explain to me these characters, because like they do have really cool designs and I did want to draw them, so I do appreciate that. Everybody will be linked in the description. I love you guys. Mwah. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!